What's going on, ladies, gents, and kids of all ages? It is Eric coming back at you yet again from the Nerd Cave, and today we have a very exciting episode planned for you. Not only are we doing the drawing for the Inklands booster box giveaway and for the Enchanted Beast proxies, but we have an awesome deck to look at. We're going to be talking about Amber Emerald discard songs. If you've stuck around to the channel for a while, you know Amber Emerald is definitely a deck that I love. I created a Mufasa kicker deck during set 3. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I think that deck is great and due for an update. I know some people have asked for it, so we are going to be looking at releasing a set 4 version of Mufasa kicker as well, which I'm pretty excited about. But today it is a different Amber Emerald deck. We're going to be talking about Amber Emerald songs, so without any further ado, let's jump into it. And like I mentioned, stick around for the giveaway coming somewhere in today's video. So the first card we're running in this deck is going to be Cursed Merfolk, Ursula's Handiwork. Fantastic card, 0/1 for 1, quest for 2, and whenever this character is challenged, your opponent discards a card, obviously with 1 willpower. They're probably only ever going to get challenged once, but they are going to make your opponent discard a card, and until they do that, they're going to be questing for 2. They could get removed with some type of direct damage, but this being a discard deck, you can soak up some of those options before your opponents can even use them. The next card in the deck, the next one up, and this may be an obvious precursor of things to come, but we are playing 4 of the 1-drop 2/2 Kita. She is what she is, no additional text, 2/2 for 1, and great shift target for another card we're playing. And this is a song deck. Since she is not super relevant for singing 3-cost songs, we're only playing 2 Cinderella, and also she sees removal a lot of the time right away because your opponents are afraid of her. So she's a great way to soak up some direct removal so that you can keep things like Cursed Merfolk questing in or kind of sneaking out after her to get a cheeky quest in. Also, she sings for 3, so obviously that's great. Then one of her possible song options, we are running 4 Bare Necessities. Fantastic 2-cost song. This is a card that is a little subjective because it is situational. There's an argument for running less than 4 of these. With how heavy Sapphire Steel and Sapphire Ruby are in the meta right now, I think Bare Necessities is great. It really deals with a lot of the cards that are in those decks and can even be a great late game option to take things from your opponent like Lucky Dime and Be Prepared. But 2 costs can be sung. Chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a non-character card, so this can pull things like Fishbone Quill, it can pull songs out of their hand, and locations. And as some of our other singer options for our 2-cost songs, we do have 4 Flynn Rider Charming Rogue, 1/2 for 2, quest for 2, and has the same ability as Cursed Merfolk. Whenever he's challenged, your opponent is going to have to discard a card. And then another 2-drop singer and discard option. We do have Ursula Deceiver, 1/3 for 2. Whenever you play this character, your opponent reveals their hand and discards a song card. So lots of song cards relevant in the meta. Like I mentioned, Ruby Sapphire and Sapphire Steel are hugely relevant in the meta right now. This is going to pull song cards out of both of those decks. Steel Song's pretty big right now. Taking their songs can be pretty devastating for them, especially pulling Whole New World and Grab Your Swords away from them. So Ursula is just a fantastic tech option to counter a lot of what's being played in the meta right now. It also works against this deck, which I think is a great deck option because this deck runs a lot of songs. So Ursula can be a good counter to this deck as well as a good option in it. Then we do have 4 Sudden Chill. Each opponent chooses and discards a card, 2-cost song, so the fact that you can sing it makes it really good. You can get some card advantage by making them discard. And the next card we play, Ursula Deceiver of All, can sing Sudden Chill 2 times, can also sing Bare Necessities 2 times. So instead of ripping 1 card out of your opponent's hand, you can go ahead and rip 2 out. Whenever this character sings a song, you sing it again for free and put it on the bottom of your deck, which is just fantastic. This does also work with the sing together mechanic when it's relevant. 2/3 for 3 stat line. Stat line's a little weak, but otherwise the card is very good. And just as a little tech option with discard, we are running 2 Kit Cloud Kickers. Fantastic option, especially when you are running things like Kita that can reduce your opponent's attack, and then you can go ahead and bounce a character back to their hand, maybe even make them discard it. But 2/2 for 3, pretty good option. And some people would say this next card is a definite 4 of in a deck with Ursula, but in this particular deck I am only running 2. Mother Knows Best, return chosen character to its player's hand. Obviously with Ursula, she can double sing this, and Cinderella can sing this right away, which is kind of cool, but it just bounces the character, and Ursula will let it bounce 2 characters. Then the next 4 of card option in this deck, because it is so discard focused, we are running 4 Prince John. He is just really super hard for your opponents to deal with outside of Grab Your Swords, which you can rip with things like Ursula, Bare Necessities, etc. And obviously Be Prepared deals with him, but again, Ursula can take that away from your opponent. 1, 2 for 3, Quest for 2, has wards so it can't be targeted, and whenever your opponent discards a card, you draw a card, so his questing isn't super relevant, but he is going to be your main card draw engine in this deck. Then you can't have a song deck without the song queen herself. We do run 4 Ariel Spectacular Singer, 2, 3 for 3, Singer 5, so it's going to have sing cost 5 songs. And whenever you play this character, you may look at the top 4 cards of your deck and put a song into your hand, so she just really digs for your songs and can sing most of the songs in the deck by herself. Then another little discard option, we do have Daisy Duck. Whenever you play this character, each opponent chooses and discards a character. There's an argument for playing the other Daisy Duck, which is also a 2, 3, 4, 4, quest for 1, but whenever the other Daisy Duck quests, your opponent discards a card. This one happens as soon as it comes into play. Because of the low stat line, I think that's a little bit better of an option. People would make an argument possibly for playing Friar Tuck, but I don't think the value is always there from Friar Tuck. So I went with Daisy Duck instead, testing her out. So far I've been pretty happy with her. And then our other 4-drop, we are playing 2 You Have Forgotten Me. I think this is a card that could just really surprise your opponent. They may not necessarily expect you to play it, but if they're not playing around a You Have Forgotten Me, you can just absolutely devastate their hand on turn 4 and take a massive advantage in the rest of the game. But each opponent discards 2 cards, 4 cost. One of the only actions in the deck that's not a song. Alright, and then we have another 4 of song. We are playing 4 We Don't Talk About Bruno. Fantastic new song, getting a lot of love in the meta. It's actually got a decent value for a rare. I think it's around like $2 or $3, which is pretty good for a rare card, especially when so many people are opening packs. Return chosen character to the player's hand, then that player discards a card at random. If they're at the point in the game where they have no cards in their hand, you're going to be looking at bouncing a character and forcing them to discard it, so it's direct removal in a way. Also, if they do have cards in their hand, they're discarding at random, so there's a real possibility whatever you're bouncing back to their hand could be the discard target. And it's a song, so it can be sung by Ariel. Another great singer in this deck with a 5 cost is going to be Kita, Protector of Atlantis. 3, 5 for 5, but it does shift for 3, quest for 2, and whenever you play this character, all characters are going to get -3 attack. So this is really a great way to shut off your opponent's characters, and it does work until the start of your next turn, so it's going to reduce all their characters on the board until the start of your next turn. So the only characters that really play around this super effectively are something like Maui, which isn't going to be affected because it wasn't on the board, and your other rush options, Madam M. Fox. There are some ways around it to be able to still go ahead and do damage, but those are really specific options, and there's not a lot of other solutions to get your characters stronger. Also, she combos off nicely with one of the other cards we're going to look at here in a minute, but Kita is an excellent option for this deck. I wouldn't recommend 4 of her in every deck, but for Amber Emerald, I think that's kind of what the deck is built around in a way. We do have 2 Look at This Family as a sing together option. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You're going to be able up to 2 characters and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So definitely a good card. It's not something that would see a lot of play in other Amber decks. With the focus on some high cost songs and valuable singers, this card is very good. Obviously, if you can get Ursula in the mix singing this song, you can sing it twice. So you're looking at the top 10 cards of your library and putting 4 cards into your hand, which is significantly better. 4 new cards in your hand is not anything to underestimate, in my opinion. Then next up, and the second to last card in the deck, obviously we're getting into 8-drop cards, is Under the Sea, another sing together option, so it can be sung by any amount of characters together as long as their total cost or total singer value equals 8. So in this instance, Cinderella counts as 3, Ariel counts as 5. It's not their converted cost or the cost that's marked on the card. It is based on their singer value. So Sing Together, Ariel, and Cinderella could sing this card by themselves. Put all opposing characters with 2 or less attack on the bottom of their player's deck in any order. Obviously, this card combos very nicely with Kita. If you can get something like Cinderella on the board or Ursula, and then you can go ahead and shift your Kita, you have enough value on the board to sing this right away. Kita is going to give everything -3 to their attack, so you're looking at putting possibly all of your opponent's characters on the bottom of their deck, so it kind of acts almost like a one-sided Be Prepared. And since they're not going into your opponent's banish pile, even more relevant, because if they have mechanics to get cards back from their banish pile, they're not going to be able to do stuff with that. So on the bottom of the deck really gets rid of them for the rest of the game.
And surprise, just like that, we're jumping into our giveaways. First, for the Beast Enchanted Proxy set, got a smaller wheel for this one. This was limited to 1 video to enter, so make sure you're checking out all the videos. And our winner is going to be Rob Pizza Sauce. So big congratulations to Rob. Drop a comment below to claim your prize. And second, we're going to be getting into our booster box giveaway. Had almost 250 entries in this giveaway, so one of our biggest giveaways yet. Super exciting to see that. Got a new prize wheel here with way more names on it. But good luck to everybody. This is for the Inklands booster box. Let's see who our winner's going to be. And it looks like the winner is Robbie Conley 5174. So we got 2 Robs as the winner. Big congratulations to Robbie.
And last but certainly not least, we have one little nuclear option in the deck. If you're getting absolutely blown up, destroyed by Be Prepared, all of your characters are getting removed by direct removal, we are playing 1 Chernobog, which can really come out and mess up your opponent. The only things that deal with it effectively are Maleficent Dragon and Be Prepared. There are obviously some options to attack into it with multiple characters, but 9 for 10. For each character card in your discard, you pay 1 less for it. So you get a bunch of characters in your discard card pile. Even if it's only 4 or 5, this card's coming down 4, 5, or 6, which is already a great value for a 9/9 character that quests for 3. Great option to close out games, and when you play them, you're going to shuffle all of your characters back in your deck. So if you've got a lot of characters in the graveyard and you need some more in your deck, or characters you want to be able to see again, Chernobog can go ahead and get those back for you. So he's a great end of the game nuclear option. There is an argument for playing a 4th Under the Sea. You just don't really want to see 2 of that card in your hand, in my opinion, so I think 3 is the comfortable place for it. What do you guys think of this deck overall? What do you think of the Kita and Under the Sea combo? Is this a deck that you want to try out at your local league or maybe somewhere else? Definitely drop those comments below. I would love to hear from you. Big congratulations to the giveaway winner for the booster box and also for the Beast Enchanted Proxies. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to comment. We had an absolute ton of entries into these giveaways. We're going to have more giveaways coming soon. Didn't mention we're going to go ahead and throw on screen one of our new playmats. We had somebody ask in the comments last time. We do have an Ursula playmat coming, and it's going to look like this. So if you want to get your hands on that playmat, definitely make sure you're continuing to comment. That giveaway is going to be coming very soon. We're looking at doing 1 Ursula playmat giveaway when we hit 1,200 subscribers and another one when we hit 1,300 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to subscribe. Thank you so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. We couldn't be more excited to be there. Making Lorcana content is something I truly enjoy, and being able to do it for people who clearly care about the content that I'm putting out is more than I could possibly ask for. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to view the videos, to like, comment, and subscribe, and for sticking around to the end of this video. And when you see those toys, video games, and awesome singer decks with Chernobog as the bomb at the end, off in the distance, it is not a mirage.